Hello?
Nivedita,
Yeah.
everyone can hear you, okay? But
Okay.
you have to unmute them to hear them. They can reply you on chat and all.
Okay.
So,
Where can I mute them?
one second, I'm just unmuting Prabhu. So, one second. Hi, Prabhu, you're there?
Yes, hi. This is Prabhu.
So, Nivedita, see here the left side where you are able to see attendees list. Here only one option is here, mute unmute. Are you able to see that?
I have only these options.
Like in front of your name, you just check your name only. In front of your name, go a little bit more left, and then one option will come of speaker kind of option.
Here, right?
Yes. So the speaker kind. Yes. Now just mute yourself once. Got it. Now I have unmuted you, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Because I am the host. So I'm
Okay,
now
fine.
giving you the host right, and you can unmute anyone who
Yeah.
wants
Okay.
to come. Okay then. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
You can continue. Thanks.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hey, hi Nivedita.
Hi. Yeah. Can I start now?
Yeah, actually, some of the folks needs to be joined. I'm not sure, like who are joined.
Okay. Shall we wait for 2 minutes?
I'm like, how many attendees are you seeing from your end? Like, I'm seeing only one person from my end.
Prabhu, Giant, although
Okay.
attendees is 7 attendees are there. 3 are displayed.
Okay. Some of the folks are not able to hear actually. So.
Okay, maybe they are muted.
So.
Can they hear now?
I'm like, Aldo is not able to hear you. So Shiva is good.
No.
Aldo, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Nivedita.
Yeah. Jayant, can you hear me? Okay, Prabhu, shall I start now? They are able to hear me.
Okay, go ahead then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Prabhu, can you hear me now?
Yes, Aldo, I'm able to hear you. But Nivedita, are you able to hear Aldo?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hi everyone, myself Nivedita. I joined TechCam recently, and let me start with the Jenkins session now. So first we'll go through what is today's agenda is continuous integration, orchestration, Jenkins, and at end I'll show you Jenkins demo. So first we'll go with continuous integration. So let me explain what is continuous integration. Continuous integration is a process in which all the development activities are integrated at a given point of time by compiling and building the project and well tested. The basic idea behind this is like continuous integration will ensure that there are no compilation error or issues by end of the day by numerous checkings made by the developers in a team. Also, this would enable to identify any compilation issue or any like errors at early stages of development process. Like I'll tell, there are 20 developers in a team, for example, and they all have different kind of works to solve for them. And they at end of the day or at some point they have to integrate their code with other people. So continuous integration help us doing that quickly. Like Martin Fowler and tool like each integration is verified by an automated build to detect integration errors as quickly as possible. Hope you all understood what CI means. I'll go in deep now about continuous integration. So what CI does it really mean? So I think that we have one application that has to be deployed, and these are the steps we'll go through. Like we have to integrate the code, build it, test it, archive it, and deploy. I'll explain each of the things now. Integrated, like all changes are done. Like what are the changes will be done? That has to be combined and make it one page at one point of a time, and that is called like in a project, as I said earlier, like developers, they will be writing codes and all that has to be integrated into one one place, like version controls, like that. So next I'll explain what is built. Like the code which is compiled into an executable or package. So after that integration, we have to build it so that we get some kind of executable or an jar at the end of the build process. So next process is tested. Here we run few automated test suites so that whatever the application we have, that is uh, it is going good like that. We have to test it whether we have any issues in that or not. Like we'll run few automated test suites here. Next is archive. We'll build it like few developers have integrated the code and we have built it, we have tested it. So we'll archive that somewhere and we'll version that and store it in a distributed system. That is what the archive is. We'll give the version for each build and we'll make that and store it in some place, like in a distributed system or whatever the system required in project. Next is deployed. Deployed is nothing but you have got a few jar after archive or after build, and you have to put it somewhere so that all developers can access that and they can go ahead. Like application must be deployed at the end, so we load this onto a system. Like there are many things like we can deploy this on a server depending on the project, how the process there. We'll deploy that, and that is what the deploy process here. If anyone is having doubt, they can tell me, or shall I proceed further?
Yes.
Yeah. Next, I'll be telling what the best practice of CI. Like how can we make use of CI in a best way? So there are many things listed here. First is like we have to maintain some code repository that should be proper, and we have to automate the build process, and we have to make sure when developer commit anything that has to be built. As soon as he commit, that must be built. Then 1 minute. There is one team having issue in joining. Give me 2 minutes. I'll continue. Hello everyone. Like a few attendees have joined now, so I'll just summarize the thing which I explained a few minutes back. So first thing, today's agenda is continuous integration, Workstation, Jenkins, and finally I'll show the Jenkins demo. What is continuous integration? It, uh, it is just a process in which all the development activities are integrated at a given point of time as quickly as possible. Like these are the process: integrated, build, tested, archive, and deploy are the CI process which we do frequently. So this is where I have stopped. So how can we make best use of CI? So we have to maintain a proper code repository. We have to automate the build process, and whenever the developer commit any file, we have to make sure that it is integrated and it is built. And whatever the build has happened, we have to make that transparent so that developers can be check the quality of their build. Next is we have to test the build in a such a way like we have some production environment. We'll make look-alike of that environment and we'll test in that so that we don't get errors while releasing with the production environment. Next is like we can because of this CI process, like whatever the build, if it is getting failed or what, we'll just check. Like there are some notification things like email and all. We'll get mail. As soon as we get that, you can go and fix it easily. And we have to automate the deployment process. Next, I'll show the workflow of continuous integration. Here, the developer write his piece of code and he'll commit in a code repository. Like in a common code repository, he'll commit whatever the changes or a bug he has fixed, and that we'll build it using a continuous build system. I'll tell what are these code repository tools and continuous build system tools, test report tools, and artifact repository tools, deployment tools in next slide. Just understand the workflow here. Like developer, he'll check in his code into a code repository, and that will be built in a continuous build system. And we are testing simultaneously while building, and that will give us some test report. And we are executing those through like we are like maybe a few application few jars, and that it will take from the artifact repository. Finally, it will be deployed. This is what the CI workflow is. I'll tell in next slide like what are the code repository tools and continuous build system tools, test report tools, and all. These are the CI tools. Like for code repository, we may use SVN, Git, whatever the like version control repositories are there, like code thing. Those tools we will use. I have just given two examples here, like SVN, Git, and for the build system we can use Jenkins or Bamboo. Next is test frameworks. Here we can use like as I said in previous tool, like here we get a test report after building this. So if we are using this JUnit and Cucumber plugins in Jenkins, we get the test reports. Next is artifact repository. Like as I said earlier, we may have some dependency jars and all that we store in some artifactory. Like using these Nexus or Artifactory or many Artifactory repository tools are there. You can use that. Using that, you can like save those jars or like you can extract those. Next is Workstation. What is Workstation? Sorry. Orchestration is concerned with automating the execution of a workflow of a process. Like there may be a multiple task which involve multiple systems. What we can do with this orchestration is we'll speed up the CI process. As you all know, Jenkins is an open source tool which we use orchestration here. And this is what we use this to speed up the CI process. Next is Jenkins. Finally, we came to the topic. So, what is Jenkins? Jenkins is it's free first of all, and is an open source. Cross-platform is nothing but it can be used in any platform like Windows, Linux, or Red Hat, Ubuntu, like that. And Jenkins is a continuous integration and continuous deployment application which help in your productivity. So this is what the Jenkins is, and it is a powerful application that allows continuous integration and continuous deployment of project regardless of the platform you are using. You can integrate the Jenkins with n number of testing tools and deployment and n number of deployment technologies. And it's a web server. This is a history of Jenkins, like how it Jenkins was originally developed as a Hudson project. Later, they started by like in summer at Sun Microsystem. It was first released in Java.NET in 2005, and later 2009, Oracle purchased Sun Microsystem. In January 2011, Hudson Developer Community voted to Hudson was renamed to Jenkins. Earlier, the name was Hudson. On April 20th, 2016, version 2 was released with a pipeline plugin. I'll tell what is that pipeline plugin later. Before going to feature, I'll tell what are the system requirements for this Jenkins. So first, it should be a JDK should be there, like 1.5 and above, and memory or 2 GB RAM is recommended. And operating system can be as I said earlier, it work on any platform like Windows, Ubuntu, Red Hat, Mac OS, Open, FreeBSD, like this and all. So you can use Jenkins in any platform. So now we'll go to a Jenkins features. Here, it is easy installation. It just means that you can just run one var file and deploy it in a servlet container. No additional installation required. No database is required. So you can just run one var file. It is very easy installation and easy configuration. It can be configured entirely from its friendly web GUI. And next is rich plugin ecosystem. Here, you have n number of plugins you can use and integrate with your Jenkins. Extensibility. Extensibility is most part of Jenkins can be extended and modified, and it's easy to create your own Jenkins plugin. Next is distributed build. Jenkins can distribute, build, or test loads to multiple computers with different OS. So these were the features. Next, I'll go and tell how can we, as I said, for continuous integration, what are the best practice to use. These are the things best practice to use a Jenkins. So we have a secure plugin so that we'll be sign up and user authentication. If you use that, it is good. And we have something like Jira issue tracking system. It is we can integrate that, and we can whatever the Jenkins report we get, we can generate that. Like after building, we get some report and all that we can generate. For like you will be having if there is some project you will be having development team, maintenance team like that. So you can create different jobs for different projects, and you can even archive the test like after build you may get some package or executable jars. Those you can archive. That is the best practice to use. So if you think that now one build is failed because of something and you have deployed also, so it is difficult. If you have some archive thing, you can just go and get that and deploy that. Next is setting up an email notification. So like if we are building some job means there will be a failure like a compilation error, whatever. You can set up an email notification when the build fails. Next is we can tag, you can tag like branch and baseline after each successful build. So before going to installation of Jenkins, if anyone having doubt, they can ask me. Can you all hear?
Yes, Nima.
Yes, yes.
Shall I proceed?
Yeah, yes,
Installation?
Navita.
Yeah, thanks. So there are two ways, and it's very easy to. Like if you are using an Ubuntu machine, you can run this command like wget -q and this is a package you are adding, and you'll update the apt get, and you just give the sudo apt get install Jenkins. This is a command for the installation of Jenkins server on Ubuntu. Next is, as I said earlier, you can it is easy installation. Just you run a one war file. So this is that. I can show. I can show you. Here, this is a Jenkins.war. I have downloaded from the Jenkins website directly here. Downloads here like this. So this is a war file I have, and see this is a part of that. I'll just give a command like java -jar. Whatever the Jenkins.war is there, I just give it, and I'm running this command. Unable to access. Okay, it's in C drive. That's right. I just ran this java -jar and the Jenkins.war which I had downloaded. You can see here started initialization. So at end it will give like Jenkins is fully up and running. This is what I ran now, java -jar Jenkins.war. On installing plugins in Jenkins and all, before that I'll show. This is that, like if you are running this command, here you can see now Jenkins is fully up and running. After this, you can just go http localhost. By default, Jenkins will be with the 8080 port. So here you can see I got a Jenkins page. This is what after running this, you get this thing. And even one more installation is there. As I said, at starting point, Jenkins is a web server. Like you can uh, integrate with the Apache server. Like what just you have to do is whatever the Jenkins.var I showed you, you just have to place that in Apache like Tomcat for inside web apps folder. Here you can see Apache Maven, Bing, Apache Maven it is Apache Tomcat web apps folder. Inside this, if you have placed the Jenkins.var and if you start up the back file, it will give the same thing like how we are seeing here. Localhost if you give 8080 port, and even you can change the port as you like. If you have already used the 8080 port, you can change that using Jenkins dot. There will be a Jenkins.xml file. Through that you can change it. So this is how the installation process, and you get this Jenkins UI. Okay, this is a server where I'll show you everything to you people right now. So installing plugins in Jenkins. Before going to that, let me explain how to create a job. This is your Jenkins UI, and here you can see a new item here. If I click there, see there are 5 different types of projects like or jobs I have. Freestyle project is just for an like if you are doing some demo or something where, like for trading purpose, or you can use this freestyle project. Like it will build your project SCM with any build system. Maven project, sorry. Maven project, think that you have Maven, you are using build system as in Maven, and you can use this Maven project. External job is nothing but you have some jobs in different server, then you can use this. Multi-configuration project, you have like you will be having so many environments like testing environment, UAT environment, QA environment. When you have configuration, you have multiple configuration, you can use this multi configuration project and copy existing item. This is nothing but you already have one job and you just need to copy and rename it. So you can use here copy existing item, and you can give the job name which is already there. See, or if I am typing in, it is this job, whatever you are seeing, Alio demo, this is already there. So it is taking that, and you can give the name here in item name. You can give whatever demo. You can type like this, and I'm using freestyle project just for it. Uh, this is a freestyle project, and this is a new. Instead of doing it here, so this is a here you will give the project name as I gave their demo. You can give the description like demo, like uh, whatever Jenkins like that. You can give the description here, and here discard old build. what I'm doing is just configuring a job and I'm creating a new job here. So if you have any old jobs and you can discard if you enable this. And here you can see days to keep bills. You may have you may have run hundreds of jobs in each day. So you just have to keep the only successful bills and like how many days you want. You can just give here and like if you choose here 20, here in build history you can see those 20 builds here. Like you can see here in below this build history, you can see the if I'm giving 10 here, you can only say 10 build history here, 10 jobs, and this is a Docker. If you have integrated Docker, you can use all this. And here you are seeing this build is parameterized. See, Jenkins one more feature is like we can parameterize. Like think that you have many applications built, and you have to give some versioning for that. Like you have just fixed one bug, and you have to integrate. You have built that, and that version will be like depending on your project. Like here, I can give the parameters, boolean I need or choice parameter or a credential parameter. These are the different types of, if I give test parameter, I can give name here like this is a demo project. I'll give default value and I'll give the description. This is nothing but when you are just giving, you are using project many times and you want to check that. You want to check that and demo here it is. So I had done only few things. So if you want to change anything, like this was a job which I created, I just want to configure that. Like if I want to add Git plugin to that or anything like that, you just have to click on that, go to configure. Here you're seeing all this. This is a source code management. Here you have a subversion SVN. If you are giving SVN, you have to give the repository URL which you are using in your project, and this can be infinity empty files or immediate as it is, and this is how the if you give here the path repository URL, that is fine. It will pick up and build the code. And this is a CVS and here you can see Git. Here I'll give a Git repository URL and credential. Like I need to take up only from the admin or any. Sorry for interrupt. So, like this source code, you can use Subversion, Git, or if you have any other source code you are using in your any other tool you are using as a source code management, you can add that plugin. I'll show how to add those, and it will show up here whatever the thing you have given. Think that this Git was not there. We have added this Git. Then this build trigger. Here, see, you can trigger build remotely uh, periodically. Periodically means every 15 minutes if you want, you can write a cron. This will give you, if I'm choosing build periodically and giving this, I'm writing a cron so that every 15 minutes it should build this job. So if I'm giving like this, like every 15 minutes it will build and give me the output, console output. And here you can see build when a change is pushed into GitHub. As I said, if you are using Git as an version control system, like as soon as any developer commit his code, this will, if I choose this, this build will happen. Like you have so many things. Even this Polysym you can use resin cron. Then is build environment. I'll explain this delivery pipeline plugin and all. And build environment means like if you are using Ant build automatically record code coverage using lower currently for Ant builds only. And you are building that sorry, through SSH, and you can use these. You can enable and give SQL or Puppet server or whatever it is, and the source file where it is and all. This is a build environment. And build. Here you have to add build step. Like if you are using Maven as a build tool, you go here and choose. For this particular, I'm not having that Maven thing. Like think that you are not using any build tool and you are just writing some shell script, then you can give execute shell. You can write your shell script here, like it will whatever like where you want that build to be deployed, like that you can write that. And so that it will pick up when it will come here, it will execute this shell script and give you the output executable jar. You can add many like here if I'm using shell script, and you need after that you are using some Maven build tool or anything, you can add here. And that it will even here you can see your Docker theme. Docker execute Docker command. You can execute the Docker command if you are using Docker as in continuous deployment. Next is post build action. See, after getting a jar, everything you want to like you have to do some action over it. Like if you want email notifications should be sent, or you want to configure Jenkins with a sonar like that and all, you can add here. And you can click on if sonar. If I had added sonar here, I would have got execute sonar like that. And here you can see Selenium publish Selenium report. If I click that, if I'm giving that HTML path here, it will execute and give me the Selenium report. This will come here the testing thing. Excuse me. Sorry for the interrupt. This is how, and finally you will save it. This is how you will configure any job. This is how you configure. So already I have a working job, and what is this pipeline and all I'll explain. Before that, let me explain these things. So this is a new item I already showed. If you want to create any new job, you can use this thing. People means like you have few users, like you are in a big project and you have to give access to few person, like read write option or only read option. Like you can create a user here. This is what people is. Build history, like you may have, like you have many builds done and you need that should be saved somewhere, so you get all those details in build history. And project relationship, like you have some upstream project or a downstream project, like for pipeline and all, that I'll explain while explaining the pipeline plugin. And this Selenium grid is nothing but I have added the Selenium testing tool as this thing plugin. And manage Jenkins, there are many things here. I'll finish these things and go to manage Jenkins. Credentials. This is a global credential. Here you can see there are many users here with I click this person name, their username and password, and this and you can manage with the manage Jenkins plugin. Sorry, manage Jenkins configuration, or even you can add domain and you can give the credential, like you can add users and all. This is a my views. Like you have seen, if you have opened ABC job and Docker job and whatever you have viewed, those things you will see. This is what, like as I said, the job import plugin. If you want to import a few plugins, you can use this. Now I'll go to manage Jenkins where you can manage many things here. Like you have so many things. Configure system. First I'll go with the configure system. As I said earlier, if you are using Git as an version control system in your project, you can add that. This is global properties, application link, and the select. These are the plugins you have added, which is all there in the configuration system. And configure global security. In my like best practice of Jenkins PPT, I told we can secure Jenkins by using like by giving access to people. So how you do that? How you give access to people, like your teammates, like that? You just have to go here, manage Jenkins, and go to configure global system here. Here you can see here. Admin is having all the access. Administrator, configure, overall credential, gedit. So if you want to add, I'll just give here. So first I'll give username. I'll add. And here if I'm giving, I need only create, read and write. See, like run weave, only weave. If I want only weave, then I'll give. If they need a Selenium access, I'll just click this. Like this, I'll add them. Then if you just refresh it, you can access with this URL. So that is what a configure global security. Manage plugin. I said there are n number of plugins you can use. If you want to use Ant as a build system, you can use this Ant plugin. And if you think the plugin which is like that is not listed here, you can just go here and just search here, advanced. Here you can see uninstall, downgraded. You can search here. As I already have added this GitHub, you are saying here Git plugin, GitHub plugin, Git. Here you can see after clicking if I need CCM plugin, install without restart. Download now and install after restart. These two options you'll get and it will go and download that and give it to you. Like if you think that you have added the GitHub plugin, and if you go here Jenkins and new item, here like for demo, configure. If you have added the GitHub plugin, if you have installed that, here in source code management, that GitHub plugin will come. That is how the configuration is. You can add any number of plugins. Like if you are using Sonar, you can use you can add that by going here and searching and getting that. and system log, load statistics, how the load your build is, and there is a concept like master and slave concept. I'll explain at end. This is a Docker. Like if you are using Docker as a continuous deployment like this. This is what a configuration in Jenkins. Now I'll show one online pipeline. This is my today's demo, which I will show. This is a like before this explaining this online app pipeline job. Let me explain what is this pipeline project. Like you may have for one application which requires code analysis, testing, and you have to build it. And you think that you have written one build job, and you have written one job for just for code analysis, and you have written job for uh, like for functional testing. Yeah, you have to integrate all these 5 jobs. This is what the pipeline does. Like it is like up and downstream of your project. Like this is what a complete CI and CD of one application where you are building it, you are doing code analysis, you are deploying, you are testing and integrating. So this is what like before this. Here you are seeing red, blue and no, this is not built. So this job is not built. If it is showing like red, it means the job has been failed. If I click on this job, you can see this is what the build history has said. If I'm giving that 20 in configuration, here I can see 20 build history. So and this, here I'll go and click. I'll see what is the failure. Here you will see there is some error in retrieving data from archive trace error. You will get the error here so that you easily go up and solve it. This is what like if you're like seeing here as a failure, then you get this symbol. If it is successful, you get a blue. Here you can see. I'll go here and check the control output. See here, build success. So it has been given me some snapshot war file. So this is a like and this means yellow means it is the job is unstable. If it is unstable, you get to see by this color, yellow. So this is my online app pipeline. This is a job, and you can add this pipeline. This won't be there by default. You can add this by going to manage Jenkins and install this pipeline plugin. So these are the 5 different jobs like build. One job is code analysis. One is for deployment like this. I'm just running this now. Before running this, let me complete this. I've explained this installing plugins, and you can upload your own plugin. Just go to Jenkins and plugin manager. You can choose file here. Click on choose file and upload it. So Jenkins demo I'm showing now. This is that, and I'm just clicking here run. Here you are seeing now this job is building. Here you can see control output, build success. Once this completes, it will give me a in green color. This blue color is yet to happen. Oh, this completed. So it is giving me in green color, and you can see here success. This is for a building of an. This is one job created for building of an application. Like you are building the application. You may get a var file or whatever you have mentioned in the configuration. This is for code analysis. This is in process, so you are seeing in yellow color. I'll just go and check. It's in progress. Once this gets completed, you'll see this in green color. That means build is success. And till this completes, I'll tell how to restart and start. If you, this is a URL you are using. If you just give restart here, some problem is there with this. Actually, if I give this install as Windows service, then it will restart and start and restart will happen. So that has not been done. So you are not able to see here. If I give restart in your, if you have downloaded and configured Jenkins, you can just use this restart. It will restart. You can see the console output. Success. This functional testing is done. So deployment is done. You can add this pipeline plugin by going here, manage Jenkins. Your pipeline. As I've already added, it's not showing here. You can just in your machine just type your pipeline. You get that and you can add it. Your delivery pipeline plugin. So click here, click this and download now and install. After restart, it will be done. Beyond, while this completes, if anyone is having any doubt, they can ask me.
Yeah, hi Nivedita, this is Prabhu.
Yeah, tell me,
While
Prabhu.
doing installation, you have added Jenkins.war file in one of the Apache Maven, right?
Yes, yes.
So do we need to install Apache server also for this?
See, if you are using the Apache Tomcat as a server, you have to
Okay.
install.
So
Just
is
if
it
you, as I said before that, there were two, like many kind of easy installations were there. First was if you are using Linux machine, you can just that sudo apt get install Jenkins. You can use that. If you're using Windows machine, you just have to go and download the Jenkins.for and you can run that command. It
okay?
will work.
Okay, got it. Yeah, another question, like while you are building a pipeline job, right?
Yeah.
Online
Yeah.
pipeline.
Yes.
So did you mention, do we need to pull the code from GitHub or SVM for this particular online
This
app?
will this everything. Yeah, it will be done. Like this is configured in a such a way that whoever commit in a GitHub, it will this build will happen. Like it will build automatically. There in configure, well configure, if I here only here first this you can see this build pipeline is successful.
Okay.
Here This is a demo which I was showing you guys. Here configure. See, if I'm enabling this build when a change is pushed into GitHub. So whoever push their changes in GitHub, this build will happen.
Okay.
This is how it is. Like everything you configure in Jenkins, the job name inside that configure here whatever the way you want. Like I showed that poll sim also. Like if you want it this job to be run every 15 minutes, you can give like this. This is a cron which I'm writing. Like if you give like this every 15 minutes, it will do. However you want, you just add it in the configuration. And if you need any plugin or something like that, you can just add it here.
Okay. And I have another question. Like,
Yeah.
suppose let's say while providing credentials, I want to give for a user only for particular specific job only.
Yeah, that's what I like. There are many like if you go here and in manage Jenkins,
Credentials.
configure global security, and for particular job you are telling no. So here you will go manage. This is your demo.
Okay.
This is your job name, and here for this particular job, it's not showing up that. I'll show for if it is there for any other thing. This is just a freestyle job, no, which I selected.
Yeah.
How you will do is same here. Here one I'll explain. I'll see whether it is there for configured for any other jobs.
Nivedita,
Huh.
can you show us how the testing job is configured?
Okay. Before this, I complete this thing. There is one option, Sabu, like
Yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
not finding it here. Okay.
Okay.
There is an option like you can use see here. I'll show in general. Like that you will get inside configure also. If you go here and configure, you'll get that. I'll show in general here. Here. See, you first you need to add that person or user here. Okay. Then after going here from here, after adding it here, if you are going to the job and in configure, in starting only, for as this is a freestyle, I'm not getting that option here. You'll get here one option called no, like you can only select the username only if I've created Jenkins up like here Aparna Jha, that name I can select. Only she will be having access for that.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that's
And I got one more question. The pipeline you want to show the testing, right?
Yeah.
This one functional testing or integration? Which one?
Both of them. And how is it
Configured.
Yeah. What tools are used and so on.
This is an online app functional testing. If you go in the configuration, This is the project name. These are the batch file with script written. This is the artifact ID. We don't bother about that now. This is a script which we are running. This discard old builds I have already explained. This parameterize means if you want to build this, here I'm going build with parameters. If I want to build this manually, so here I can give my next version. And if I click on build here, this list bank version, how it came. See, this is the name we have given here. It is picking like whatever we want, we are configuring in configuration like string parameter and this default value and description. So default value if you want 1.0 point something, you can give and that it will come here. That is what this configuration is. So here we are not using any source code management. This is a build name. Here we are executing functional test.bat file. This is a URL, username, password, test case tracker. In post build action, we are using CollabNet tracker. We are giving the CollabNet team force URL here, username and tracker. What is a like build log and all. This is a team forge associate artifacts in team forge. This is what the name of the project and the task. This is what the configuration is done. See, in before, in demo configuration, these things were not there, Team Forge and all, because this plugin was not added. So if you want anything, you can just add the plugin, and if you go to post build action, if you want to use Team Forge, you can select that. And if you are using Selenium as a testing purpose, you can this publish Selenium report, and you can give the HTML file. Or if you are using any Sonar, the Sonar test plugin is not added. If that was added, you would have seen here execute like run Sonar like that. It would have been done. This is what the configuration which you asked. It totally depends on the project which you are like how it is and which testing tool you are using. Like that. Any question on this?
Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nivedita, I have one more question.
Tell me.
I'm like, we can create our own plugin, right?
Yes, you can create your own plugin. I showed here upload plugin. You can just
Yes.
go.
So
You can add
after creating a plugin,
Yeah.
I want to build my own parameters, like not default parameters.
You can choose here. I showed here for this also. This is what it is. This is a parameter. See, you can give any name you want. If you this is not like only string parameter. If you want Boolean parameter, if you want, you can add whatever the parameter you want. You can add here, like password parameter. Here you will give name, description, and default value. Whatever is there, that you can add.
No, yeah, I'm like after creating a plugin, I want to create my own template. Suppose let's say like in that particular plugin.
Plugin you can add
Yeah,
when you upload that plugin. It's a big process, like how I showed here. Here, while uploading the plugin, that file contains everything, your parameter, how it should be. Like here, you are seeing this like if Git is a plugin, like this is a Git plugin. Here you are seeing repository URL. How you want everything you mention in the file which you are uploading.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you click on build with parameters? Yeah.
Build with parameters. This is what that is.
Okay.
See, for that demo only I can show you. Okay. Here I'm using string parameter. Okay. I'm just giving this. Okay. I'm saving this. Here I got an option called build with parameters here. See, I gave this version there and the description. If I'm
Okay,
giving
cool.
here 101, this is my version, it will build. This is how you
Thank you.
do the build parameters here.
Yeah, I got it, Nivedita. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Anyone having any other questions? Shiva Ranjit asked me, building whenever there is a change in GitHub is called continuous deployment. That is not continuous deployment, it is in continuous integration. Continuous deployment is nothing but here you that part is there when we are deploying it to any server, or if you are using deployment tool like Chef, Puppet and all, you can add that plugin and you can integrate that in a configuration. If you are building that job at final stage, it will be deployed to whatever the server if you are using, to that server or Chef or a Docker, whatever the CD tool you are using. Any other questions? Okay, no questions. Thank you everyone for having patience and listening to me.
Yeah, thank you, Nivedita. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I'll be closing the session now. If you anyone having any doubts, you can just drop me a mail.
So
I'll
are we
answer.
going to share slides?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
share.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you.
These names I should write down somewhere. Shiva Ranjit. No, I need to send. I'll send it to Chelsea.